elders, family, friends, children and grandchildren of Mataji. I take this opportunity in welcoming all of you this afternoon. We have gathered to join with the children and grandchildren and extended relatives in remembering in this memorial service for our beloved mother, our beloved mother, who left us a year ago. Today is the 23rd. It was on the 24th of February. She went to Guyana as a usual visitor, like many of us from time to time. And she went with great expectations that she will spend some quality time, family and friends remaining, and then return back to her home and to her family here in Toronto. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. A memorial service gives us an opportunity to remember her, to remember the legacies that she left for us, to remember some of the sacrifices as a mother would make for her children, unfathomable love. And always remember that even though she is gone, there is always a little bit of her that will forever live within our lives. As children, we were personal guests to our mother. Nobody could have been more personal to a mother than a child. Now mahinime odramelaka. For 9 months, we were within her. She was the first person, the first being to listen our heartbeat. She was the first person to experience our movement. Today we come to remember something like this. I will repeat a little bit here. In the beginning of January, Radhika had a memorial service for her beloved sister who passed. And she was with us. Many families were here. And a few nights before that hour, that memorial service, myself and Sister Shanta was on the phone. We spoke for nearly 2 hours. I didn't know, for me personally, that would be our last conversation. We talked a lot of things. And I don't know how the conversation shifted. And she began to tell me about when she died. That's only a month, a little 6 weeks before she was going to die. I said, Sister Shana, the way you talk about death, you don't know how to go. Is your body, you don't know how this life will go? And we began to conversate, and she was kind of specified. I don't know if she discussed these with you guys. But she said, you know, Fanny, I come from such a background that when I die, I would like to have this kind of funeral to be done. The one that was done at the funeral home. He says, my grandchildren, some of them are Christians, and they will have to sing hymn as well. How we ended up into that conversation, I don't know. But she discussed some of these things with me. afternoon around 4 o'clock, I went on Facebook right after work. And the first thing I opened my Facebook, I saw this picture of rest in peace to him. I said, what am I seeing here? I picked the phone and I called Shastri right away. I said, Shastri, tell me something now. What really messy on Facebook? He said, well, it's true. I said, when this happened? He said, yesterday. I said, my goodness. Sounds unbelievable. But such is life. जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है, एक ना एक दिल बदलना पड़ेगा. That life, जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है. That life is like when you rent a house, you rent an apartment. जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है, एक ना एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा. When the lease expires, एक ना एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा. A day will come when you will have to leave. When that lease expires. And this horror end of life is a clear example of how this song really is. So today, we remember all the great things she stood for. And we will commence our service. Sheilaji will do for us one bhajan. We're going to have a hymn and we'll move on into the Havaniyat.
जो
I invite you as we commence in Pratna. I want to recognize my Didi sitting here, Mrs. Pedro. I got the news when I reached your village, 61 village. The morning I landed in Guyana. Pedro was my very good friend. I met him and see him so many places. And it was unfortunate I was not here to support you and your family. My prayers are with you. This touchstone of our Vedic civilization is based on a very common word we use and is used throughout today called karma. You always hear people say that we go with our good and our bad. And if you're a Christian, the Bible says that for everything a man sow, so shall he reap. We commence our yajna in memory and in honor of the late Srimati Shanta Punag. I invite all of you to join with us today. Join with us. Om Bhur Bhuvah Svah Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvah Svah Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Oh God, He Bhagwan, Thou art the giver of life, Thou art the remover of pains and sorrows. O Creator of this universe, we seek Thy guidance, that our intellect be blessed. Give us that ambition that we must always know right from wrong, good from bad, truth from the untrue. Om Bhuvah Svah Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Ishwar Stuti Prarthana. Om Vishwanjeva Savitartulkan Parasuvah Yadbhadram Tanna Asuvah. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatadre Bhutasya Jata Patireka Asit Saradhara Prithivimyamute Mam Tasmai Devaya Savishavidhem. Om Atmaya Balayasya Vishwa Upasate Prasishan Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityu Tasmai Devaya Savishavidhem. Om Yaprana Tori Mishato Mahitvarita Idraja Jagato Madhuva Yaishe. Om Anumate Anumanyasva. Om Saraswate Numanyasva. And you go around this Agnikund, I pray that I be protected, we be protected from all circles of this world, every journey. Om Deva Savitaha Prasuvaya Japatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharvaki. Ma, wherever your journey has taken you, we pray, as we remember you, that Ma, may you continue to share the legacies of love, care, and compassion. as you did when you were here amongst us. Om Aganaye. May we be able to fulfill those hopes, those dreams, and those desires of ours. Om Swaha. Idam Prajapate Idam. Om Surya Jyoti Jyoti Surya Swaha. Om Surya Varcho Jyoti Varcha Swaha. Om Surya Jyoti Surya Surya Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajur Shasendra Jushanah Surya Vetu Swaha. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotiragni Swaha. Om Namaste Chitte Sarvalokashrayaya Namo Dvaita Tattvaya Mukti Pradaya Namo Brahmane Vyapine Shasvataya. Om Tvameva Mata Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Prem se बोलकर भगवान की जय.
तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ, ओ माँ, प्यारी माँ.
My bad.
ये जो दुनिया माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो.
A year ago at the funeral, but I didn't get a chance, so there were so many people there, I was overwhelmed. So I have got something which I did prepare for that this time, so I'm going to read it.
Whatever.
I'm not going to speak off my head. I've got it here.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon everyone. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Ramesh. I am one of Shanta's younger first cousins. We grew up together in 57 Village in the 50s, between the ages of 5 and 9 years old. At 9, I left quarantine for Georgetown, and then forward onwards later to UK. I did not reconnect with Shanta for about 30 years until 1988, when we were in our early 40s after I came to reside in Toronto in 1987. So I can only recount to you a couple of very pleasant and cherished memories that I have of her during our very early childhood together. In my eyes, Shanta was a leader, and she made sure that I knew this. She was very proud of the fact that she was named after Sarojini Naidu, the famous Indian poetess of the time. Many of you may probably remember this. She told me this because her mom, our Beth Pua, had told her so, and that she, Shanta, was famous, and therefore I had to respect her also. And she was very adamant of this fact. She rather firmly demonstrated this fact to me by reciting poems like Jack and Hill, who went up the hill, and Humpty Dumpty, who fell off a wall. She was sang Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star to prove how clever she was. I was truly impressed and did not need much convincing that she was much cleverer than I was. After all, she was a whole class ahead of me at number 56 CM school. I learned pretty quickly that respecting Shanta had its benefits. One example of this fact was that she always ensured that there was a place for me in her dad's car whenever he came to 57 Village to take his children to 63 Beach for picnics in his 1950s Morris Oxford. In my eyes, she became my big sister, as my sister Leela, who was a full 4 years older than I was more associated with folks like, and many of you may not know this, or other cousins like Juliet, and Esther or Diana, who were the local catechist's daughters, and other young ladies of her age in our neighborhood. My older brother Bedu, who was 2 years older than I was, thought that I was a humbug and chose not to ignore me and not to have anything to do with me at that time. In fact, he was really upset with me whenever he felt that I was in his way. He even threatened to beat me up if I did not listen to him. So I made sure that I stayed out of his way in the interest of my own good health. That left Shanti to be the dominant cousin and therefore leader of a younger pack of about 8 first cousins. I think it was more like 10 first cousins, if it's 7. Shanta taught me how to play hopscotch, kick seed, play kai, as they called it at that time, and rounders. Of course, I was never good at any of those. She also encouraged me to climb up the myriad fruit trees in my Aji's yard. I wouldn't name them, but some of them were guava, mango, bear, jamun. There were so many there. So I learned to climb trees from Shanta. And she also taught me how not to get dizzy and fall whenever I was trying to climb down. She also even tried, but thankfully never got me to climb up a coconut tree. Otherwise, I may not have been here to tell you guys this tale. She even taught me a trick that was to drink condensed milk out of the Heinz ketchup bottle. Let the bottle then fall, break, and there was no telling how much was left of the condensed milk in the bottle, so I got away a lot of times with more of that. I will say this now, not to you guys, but I would like to speak to Shanta, who is now being addressed, and I hope she's sleeping well. Dear Shanta, I've told you this privately many times over the years since I came to Toronto, and now I will do so publicly. I'm tremendously proud of your accomplishments despite the very challenging early years of your life. I will be forever grateful to you for your love and dedication to your relatives, and the best example of what I can think of in your selfless care and compassion was to our unfortunate cousin Nirmala throughout her final years with us. You were always pleasant and hospitable to me and my family whenever we visited. Your food was second to none. Rest well in the accomplished knowledge that you are not only took special care of your mother, Betpua, until the very end, but also raised a successful family who you kept together almost single-handedly and against very difficult circumstances in your early years, especially after the gentleman who stole your heart when you were still a teenager, Boj. Became ill, you lost him, and tragically in your very young years. You have done well, my sister. Go now, continue, rest, sleep well, the eternal sleep of the very truly blessed. We all love you, and I will miss you, and I still miss you tremendously. Continue to sleep well, dear sister or friend. And to all of you children, I'm very proud of you for what you guys have accomplished, despite many, many difficult odds in your early years. Keep on going strong. Always think of your mother with love, the love that we can only impart to her at this time of our lives. Thanks, everyone. It's not well done, I know.
That's good. Good. Very good.
We learned, as Renee said, he grew up with Shanta in her early years. I cannot say the same because when my mother got married, she went straight to Georgetown. So I grew up in Georgetown. I can't say I reconnected, knowing that she was my cousin until I was probably 9, going on 10. I did attend 56 school as well. And there are a couple of things that she's mentioned to me in her later years here. There's one thing I'm going to say here, not meaning anything derogatory or anything, but this is what she told me in our later years as when she came to Canada. She said, Dami, you grew up in Georgetown and you always had shoes on, right? Because in Georgetown you always wore shoes. In quarantine, when I came there, I was probably almost close to 10. Everybody was walking around in barefoot, right? They went to school barefoot. I did not because I was used to shoes, right, from Georgetown. So after she saw me in shoes, she approached her mother, Auntie Beth, and she said, how is it that Dami can wear shoes and we don't wear shoes? So Auntie Beth turned around and told her this. I didn't know until she told me here in Canada. She said her mother told her that Dami's father, my father was a chemist and druggist, Dami's father worked for more money than your father did. And that is why you were not wearing shoes. And I never forgot that. It shocked me when she said it. But these are some of the things that I remembered of her, right? You touched on something and I want to reiterate it as well. Shanta played a very big role towards the end of Mala's life. Another cousin, Amit, who passed away before her. And I think I got closer to her as Mala went through her final stages, because she would always be calling me, updating me. She would go to the hospital, and anything that I think she heard at the hospital or whatever the doctors may have said to her, she made sure that she said to me, right? And I must say she played a very, very unselfish, big role towards the end of Mala's life. Mala did not have a brother or a sister here, but I think Shanta stepped in and became that support. Her mother passed away, she was an only child. So I just want to say thank you, Shanta, for being there. And I think I've said this before, when a lot of us could not be there to give Mala that support. She took that role unselfishly. I'm not sure how much you children know she was involved towards the end, even at Mama's funeral. My brother Pete is here, and I want to mention his name as well. Shanta and Pete, towards the end, they had to go to her apartment to pack up her stuff after she passed. And I think, Pete, on your behalf, I would say, you miss her very, very much yourself. Towards the end of her life, I would say, we bonded more than we did when we were probably children, because she went off, she got married young, and you know, everybody parted, we came away here, right? I don't think I have anything more to say, but I will always, for me, that was the part that I respected her more than any other time in my life, to see the role that she played, right? When none of us could have been there as much as she was able to be there. And I have to thank you children for giving her that support as well.
Thank you, Lord.
We didn't have the opportunity to tell our parents that we want this and we want that. We were grateful and contented with whatever little they had given unto us. Some people are a little bit more affluent than the majority of the people. But still, everybody lives simple, they live with love and togetherness. And whenever things happen in the villages, believe you me, the whole village. So thank you all for the contribution, Cousin G.
Okay, I probably have less growing up in common with Shanta, especially in Guyana. I left relatively early, and more I came to know Shanta, engage with her over here. What I always remember is she was always smiling, always had a very direct, sometimes a very sardonic sense of humor that people might not have sensed in her. whenever my father were here, and to be quite honest, I think he would speak best about our relationship with Shanta. She would always come along with the family to meet with him, and more than what she said or did, it's how you felt around her. And it was a very warm, engaging relationship. And quite frankly, I think that exudes through her own children. I think you feel the same level of warmth that you feel with Shanta when she was around us. So that was greatly appreciated by me, and it's always a pleasure to meet and connect with the family. So on behalf of my father and the family, thank you.
Apart from growing up with Shanta, you know, and I was the third in the family, and you know, and I got along good with Shanta, but I always tease her, you know, but I used to sit on the bicycle, she takes me to school, bring me back, and then when she was around 15 or something.
16.
15 before she got married when she was
60.
And I said, well, you don't have to get married. And then she listened to me, but I had no say in it, but I tried to persuade her, don't get married, because I know I'm gonna miss her. And she used to cook and everything for you, and but she got married, and then she told me this, and probably nobody here knows. He told me she made sure that any of Boo's family wasn't around. And she said, I went, she went in her room or washroom, and she said, I cried. She said, I miss all of you. And she said, oh my, what did I do? Yeah, you know, but she's not here anymore, and I really miss her, because she used to call me so often, and we talked something for an hour on the phone. And when I come visit them, sit down, and we would talk till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Old story, you know, and we used to have a good time. I really miss my sister. And, well, I can't say anything else, but, you know, she's in a better place. For me, I hope she's in heaven, in my belief. You know, and one day, I hope, by God's grace, I'll meet her again. And God bless Shekhar, Sharda, Shaltri, babes, you know, and I know that you miss your mother, and we all do. We are all relatives and friends. But to me, I can't believe it. To this day, I still can't believe it, because it was a shock. And, so that's why I say that one day we'll meet again. Thank you.
She was my best friend. I miss her a lot. She be confined in so many things, and we have a lot of fun in our life. And may God bless her, and may she have a resting place. Let me see.
आदमी मुसाफिर है आता है जाता आते जाते रास्ते में आगे छोड़ जाता
Agni Musafir hai, that we are travelers of mine. Shanta traveled and she completed her journey a year ago today.
May she have a wonderful journey.
आदमी मुसाफिर है आता है जाता है आते जाते रास्ते में आगे छोड़ जाता सूखा हवा का पानी करेगा मेरे रह जाए झुक मेरे रह जाए झुकेगा वो अकेला भी रह जाता है आदमी मुसाफिर आगे जाता है आगे जाके रास्ते में आगे दूर जाता है आदमी मुसाफिर है कब छोड़ता है ये रुगती को कब छोड़ता है ये रुगती को दिल भूल जाता है जब किसी को दिल भूल जाता है जब किसी को वो भूल कर भी याद आता है आदमी मुसाफिर है आगे जाता है आते जाते रास्ते में आगे दूर जाता है आदमी मुसाफिर है क्या साथ आए क्या दूर आए क्या साथ आए क्या दूर आए रास्ते में हम क्या क्या दूर आए रास्ते में हम क्या क्या दूर आए मंजिल में जाके यार आता है आदमी मुसाफिर है आगे जाता है आते जाते रास्ते में आगे दूर जाता है आदमी मुसाफिर है जब डोलती है जीवन की नैया जब डोलती है जीवन की नैया कोई तो बन जाता है कि भैया कोई तो बन जाता है कि नैया कोई इधर से डूब जाता है आदमी मुसाफिर है आगे जाता है आते जाते रास्ते में आगे दूर जाता है आगे दूर जाता है आगे दूर जाता है
Others. आता है जाता है. In this life, in this world, brothers and sisters, we go, our life is based on activities, going and coming. Ate jate, going and coming. Yade, chhod jate hai. I take with me nothing, but all I'm leaving are the memories that we have spent together. Thank you all for your love and your support. I will give it up to the family to share their few bits, and then we'll bring this to an end.
Thanks to everybody for coming. It makes us feel very happy, and we feel that we are loved and cared for. Thanks to Panditji, thanks to Auntie Sheila. Auntie Sheila is my mom's cousin, the Nightingale, and she's always entertaining and loving to us. And her friend Krishna, thanks Uncle Raj for helping with the Kirtan group. I want to thank Devi, Lilo, and Radhika for all their support. Special thanks to Siu and Anne for helping with the food. Siu and Anne is always there for us when we need them. And all I would say, they are true friends. Thanks to all my cousins on both sides, aunt and uncle, for coming out and support us today. Please do, we have some very delicious food prepared for every one of you. Please stay and have some lunch. Thank you.
So, hello everyone, I'm the third child of Shanta. I want to share some moment. When I finished high school in Guyana, my mom taught me one thing, learn me to cook. Because I was moving out from 56th village to go to Nyamsa. I said, learn to cook. She repeated that lesson to me in 1990 when I was teaching at 68 Primary School. She repeated that cooking lesson to me because she was coming to Canada to join Shahada for a holiday, and my grandmother. My mom was a very charming person. I can never remember one day she take a whip or beat one of us. The sanction she gave us, screwing our ear or remember growing up with my elder brother Shafri, my sister Sharda, my younger brother. My mom always makes sure she have good food for us. And when we come from school, make me walk from 56 to my nanny shop to get bread and cake for 3 o'clock, what you call it, 3 o'clock snack. Yes. Collect my visa to come to Canada. My mom always remind me about that cooking lesson she taught me, and say, you're gonna go to Canada, you're gonna help your wife do all the cooking, do everything. Unfortunately, she's not here today to listen to us. We miss her a lot. With me, my wife, my 2 daughters, Cindy and Emily, my nieces, and fortunately, we have a newborn in our family. Anyway, that's all I have to say. My mom was a very charming person. She loved her children. She loved all her family, even her in-laws. And I would like to say thanks to my Nagbati Chachi. She's here. My Banchachi. And Parli Boji, also my cousins, Srimo, Pami, Padita, and my brother-in-law, Anup. And Biboji is here also. Lila Nani and Uncle Avinash, right? Avinash, Uncle Charjo, Uncle Ramesh, Uncle Raj, Uncle Pete. I never call him Uncle, actually, I always call him Pete. And I got some other cousins here too, Auntie Dani, my cousin Shalini. I would like to give a special thank to one person, Siu and Anne. From the time my mom passed away, they were there every night to keep the week with us. And we were so happy to get them for the help, together with my Auntie Sheila, with her music instrument, and Perdita, 2 grandsons. They couldn't be here, but I have nothing more to say, but I will say that, as Sharda said, we have some good food to eat.
I forgot to mention Kathy and Yovi. They were here last night to help us. Thank you both so much. And I know a few people brought snacks and some food in small trays. Thank you all so much.
I think I say everything what it. I also want to thank Pandiji, Pandaganga, too, because I know him the first time I met him in Canada. When he was doing Radhika's sister, Hawan. Yeah. Yeah. Then he became like a family priest to us because he performed a Hawan for my mother-in-law when my mother-in-law passed away a few months ago too. So a lot of people passed away.
I want to thank everybody. I'm not closing the session, but just thank everybody for coming. Those who never came here, we like to have people over. We always have people over. And a weekend like this, she would be here. But maybe she's here. Maybe. She was a nice person. And there are times when you need a little loan, short-term transition something, and I will call her and say, I need some money. She would say, how much? And then I would say the amount. I say, you have it? I talk about thousands. She said, yeah. But she never asked me when I would get it back or how I would get it back. So I lost some money. And I'm proud to do this here today. We all did it. And thanks to those who cooked. And for all of you who came here, and Pandit too. We've been changing a lot. So thanks to everybody.
Oh